Hi everyone, this is Jules. Welcome. Needless to say, I spiraled. This is the Fiery Plains, and we're welcoming Aurora today. I started this build this morning, and I don't know what happened to me, but I just went all for it, and I'm actually quite happy with the way it looks. And I wanted to give you a walking tour, so welcome. I placed Aurora in the Fiery Plains for the simple reason that I think her cottage looks great with the grass, and I really like the green tree, so I wanted to have something green as well originally. And the Fiery Plain turns out to have both those colors, so it's almost like it was meant to be. So we're starting off with Aurora's cottage. I put a little bit of a pond next to it. It's actually the first biome where I'm using the river kit. I have been struggling with it beforehand, so finally it's a good thing that I can be using it. It's very important to me that every mining nodes and every little bit of area is accessible. So here is a little bit of a back end to the trial from the Fiery Plains. So here it is. Let me grab... Ooh, this is not grabbable. It's great. We love that, Game Loft. So let me go back through here. Obviously, the mining node in there is available. It's tucked in the back, but we're getting through there. And so we have a little bit of a pond. I just got these lights from Tinkerbell. They're really, really lovely. I love this wooden fence, so I just put it a bit everywhere. I love those beige pathing, so I just put those a bit everywhere, and I really like the white and green flowers. I would love for them to be a little bit less rectangular, but I thought they fit better than the magnolias, so I just kept it very green, very yellow, quite lush, lots of pinks as well. So yeah, you can see the entrance of the house. I put a bunch of those little tangle lights that you find as presents in Eternity Isle. I just thought they would look nice in the evening. And through here, we actually have the tavern, because I think Aurora needs a drink after everything she's been through. Same as me, I'll meet you there, girl. This tavern is actually closed off. This is the only way to access. Everything else is locked off, but I thought it would be quite nice to have it a little bit tucked on one side of the plains. So yeah, I obviously wanted to keep having all of the nodes and all of the fishing ponds available, so we have access to all of this, obviously. And black snippets everywhere. So if we're going back, I used the archway from Hercules, which obviously match perfectly. And I've used a bit of the fairy lights because I think they look nice. I try to keep, as you will see in this biome, I have 0 path. I kept everything natural, so every pathing that is already there, originally from the biome, the original shape of it, I kept, and I just worked around it. I tried to make as much of the green as possible with foliage, with grass and trees, and as much of the yellow as the actual path. I planted some of these just because I love the color and I think they would fit quite nicely. It looks like a little bit of like a little plants that Aurora is cultivating, a little garden, vegetable garden. I used again the river kit here. Honestly, it's the first time I'm really using it. I'm quite happy with the way it turns out. So if we're going that way, there is another one of the archways from Hercules and access to this pond. And here we're getting to the statue shadow. And as you can see, the statue shadow is not done at all. This will be another build. But I quite like the entrance of the Fiery Plain from the statue shadow. It's a bit of a mazy feeling, but I really like it. And I think it looks quite nice with all the colors. And just on the side here is the big entrance to Mount Olympus. And as you can see, there is nothing either. I need to actually clean up this biome and get on with it, but I have 0 idea yet. So let me turn this on. So you can see the entrance through here. I used those little bit of rocks with the trees just to add something to go around, because we needed a middle in there. I quite like this topiary. It's for me, it's really the idea of like the three fairy godmothers who fought, and that's what came out of it. I obviously wanted to have something a bit more central, so I used the big bowl because obviously it's adding a lot of mystical and magical to the build. I also really like these Winnie the Pooh trees, lights, lanterns. You get my gist. I haven't gotten the white versions of it yet, but I very well might change them for the white versions. Obviously the well in the middle, just because I like to have my well in kind of strategic places, and this one is in the middle of the biome and it can take us to everywhere. I really do like this view. Like, the colors are just so nice. I'm in awe of the colors in Dreamlight Valley. Again, the mining node is perfectly available. I put a bunch of these little honey pots a bit everywhere. I really try to keep everything consistent in this biome. And honestly, the pots, I'm not a big Winnie the Pooh fan. I haven't gotten anything Winnie the Pooh from when it came out a few months ago. But these pots, I just thought they were cute, so I just added them. As usual, I put a crafting station and a cooking station in here, as well as one of the cottages, just to have a house that I can go back to, other than the tavern, which is a bit more snuck inside. Obviously adding this windmill, which I love. And actually, we have to go for the back. So let's be honest, it's late. I finished. I am exhausted. My brain is a bit fried. So I would love to add a few things in there, but my item limit is also not very happy right now. I'm seriously hoping Gameloft will wake up and be like, can we do 9,000 instead of 6? Please. I am playing a PS5, actually. But yeah, let me take you to the other entrance of the biome from the Elysian Fields. I have half of a build over there, which I need to finish up, and I will do a tour soon. But yeah, I really like this entrance. It's quite the same as the entrance from the Mount Olympus and the Statue Shadow, but I do like the colors, I do like the vibe. Again, the mining node is available. Yes, it is, I promise. Sometimes a bit of a stretch, but we try to get there. And yeah, I just use the same kind of colors, the same bushes, the same everything, just to keep it as neat as possible. Obviously, we have access to the back in here, and I put a little bit of a marble fountain and a pond here just to add a bit of depth to the back of the tavern. So I will go back to the main bit of this biome and I will show you, you know what, while I go back, let me put a bit more of a nighttime. So we're dusk now. It's way more orangey, but still look pretty. So yeah, I hope you like it. If you do like my builds, please feel free to like and subscribe. And feel free to leave me some comments as to what you would like to see. And if you have anything to improve, because I'm always striving to improve. So yeah, you can see the entrance to Mount Olympus looks quite lovely in this light. So that's it. Let me put back the timing and the daylight, and I will put an overview for you guys. So if we're starting off from the status shadow, we are, let me take that away. We are walking into here, and you can see I really try to keep the paths as natural as possible, because I really like the way the yellow and the green are working together. So yeah, you can see this is quite central, and the well is not the most central thing, but I quite like it like that. And I used as many of those big ones as possible because I just needed the space to be filled. So yeah, you can see it from here as well. I quite like the shape of this biome. Weirdly, it just flew very well, very nicely. while I've had some other biomes where I've been struggling for so long. This one is in such an interesting shape that once you put the few big builds that you need to put in there, everything else just flows quite easily. So yeah, feel free to pause and take a screenshot. And yeah, I hope you liked it. I wish you a lovely day, and I'll see you soon on another build. Bye!